are nearly 2 weeks out from Election Day in Oklahoma. Several runoffs, propositions, and state questions on the ballot.
And as we continue our commitment coverage, KOCO's Megan Mosley breaks down State Question 844.
State Question 844 will soon show up on your ballot. So what exactly is it?
State Question 844 is asking voters to give the legislature the authority to change our state constitution. And the part of the Constitution that they want to change has to do with a reimbursement that the state gives to localities because of a subsidy that the state gives companies.
Because right now, new or expanded manufacturing plants in Oklahoma are eligible for 5-year breaks on property taxes. And that means less tax money for cities and other local governments, so the state is required to make up for that lost revenue.
We know we want economic development in our state. That's the whole reason the subsidy was created. But if we are saying companies get the subsidy and localities don't get paid, then we need to question what that means for our local services like public schools, which will be the most impacted by this.
Speaker of the House Kyle Hilbert wasn't available for an interview at the time of this story, but he sent us this statement, saying in part, the current system can cost taxpayers millions. Here's his concern. The 5-year exemption, the state reimburses local governments based on the property tax set by the county assessor. But once the company starts paying the tax bill in year 6, it can challenge that valuation and sometimes get it lowered, which in turn can cost the state millions of dollars.
Supporters say that, one, because the cost of this is not being maintained by that 1% income tax revenue stream, and because the state's having to add money from the general revenue fund, that it's getting out of hand. And the legislature wants the authority to amend that methodology to reduce that cost and make it a more sustainable program.
But Dr. Cobb with Mid-Dale School says there's too much uncertainty with the state question.
That concerns me, because right now Mid-Dale gets over $500,000 in that manufacturing exemption reimbursement, the ad valorem reimbursement fund, and that's a big sum of money for us.
And he's not the only one.
A 5-year period, if this goes through and the legislature chooses not to pay, your valuation goes up. You would lose all your state aid dollars, which we don't receive a lot of state aid at Minco. However, what state aid I do receive would go away, and then I would not receive the general fund dollars. That would be a very big double hit, so to speak.
And he also says the manufacturing plants are a major boost to their economy.
They're huge. Not only do they provide jobs for people, but the value provides such a better tax base, not just for schools, but for county government, for better roads, for school improvements, more money for schools to hire more people.
Speaker of the House Kyle Hilbert says the state question wouldn't eliminate the manufacturing exemption or take money from schools. He says the goal is to allow the state to use what he's calling a more fair and consistent method for reimbursing local governments.
If voters approve this, nothing immediately changes. What voters are voting on is to give the legislature the authority to change the Constitution. The legislature was not specific in the language and how they want to change the methodology of the reimbursement. All they say is they want to change the reimbursement methodology.
Megan Mosley, KOCO 5 News.